2.
The rules are you alternate service. Wonderful service there by Ashish. A lot of spin on it. Very difficult for Klimchak to try to corral there. So everybody, it's alternating both Team A and Team B, and then player A and player B. So all 4 players serve 1, 2, 3, 4, much along the lines of doubles tennis. Nice camera work there to show you the roll spike as poor old Zareba flinches at the net. It's best of 3 sets and first of 15, so India already racing through this one.
1-5.
A save in the set by Malangamba. And it was nicely done. It was a wonderful set. You obviously want to be setting the ball as near as possible to the net. Not too close, obviously. You don't want to get it over the net with the set, but look at the height there.
2.
Where Ashish went to take it. It ended up going over the net of its own accord.
Poland.
Bit of luck there for Poland, and I think nobody will begrudge them that. Klimchak setting that one up for himself, putting it too close to the net, but it ended up clipping the tape and going over. So they're keeping pace at the moment. Only 3-5 down, make that 3-6 as Klimchak sends a service long. Very difficult, obviously, in doubles. If you were watching the quadrant the last couple of days, you've got 4 people occupying the court. Here, you've just got the 2 players trying to cover the entire court.
3-7.
A very tiring version of the sport. Excellent attempted block by Klimchak, but it ends up going wide.
Eight, 3. India.
That's the kind of spike at the net, a beautiful roll spike that the crowd like to see. Coach Hemraj there on the left. He's been around for decades. Sepaktakraw is a sport that's been played for a good number of decades in India. And you've got Coach Hemraj Dira, and then the president of the Indian Sepaktakraw Federation, Yogender Singh Dahiya, who've been instrumental in the growth of the sport that's been picked up. It's gone up the categories. You have various categories of sport in India, and once you get up to a certain level, which Sepaktakraw did around 2013, 2014, it means it gets more government support. Obviously not the case in Poland, and the likes of Katarzyna Zareba, the wife of Zdzisław Zareba, the number 2.
12-3.
He's here as the team manager, and for a lot of teams on limited budgets, it's a case of who can afford the time off work, who can afford to come over. The Indian Sepaktakraw Federation has, of course, paid for all of the flights and accommodation of the teams coming from outside of Asia, provided them with kit. As you can see, Poland playing in a red shirts with Bihar on the front, which is the province that we're in at the moment, and the Bihar Sports Federation has been very generous in their support as well. Well, it was 5-3 at one point. Poland really keeping pace, and then India have raced away with it, and now they have 11 set points already.
3, game point 14.
The save, the set, the spike just about creeps over, and that's the first set in the bag in a matter of minutes for India.
Change side.
Teams from all around the world here. We have 20 nations competing. Likes of Iran, the Islamic Republic of Iran, whom we saw in the crowd there. Some of their female players. We saw Poland's female team as well.
First set, India
Poland
wins
are in the
15-3.
women's doubles.
2-minute rest.
In a group with Iran, Poland and Myanmar in Group A, France, Japan, India in Group B. In the men's doubles, we're currently watching action from Group A, India and Poland, and they're joined by Chinese Taipei, Vietnam and Malaysia in Group A. Group B, Thailand, Italy, Myanmar, Indonesia, Switzerland. So in the men's, 10 teams, 2 groups of 5, and it's round robin, so everyone plays everyone else in the groups. The top 2 go through to the semi-finals. Winners of Group A play the second place team from Group B, and then vice versa. Semi-final losers get a bronze medal, and semi-final winners obviously go through to the gold medal match. Katarzyna Jareba with a big smile on her face, encouraging her husband and his teammate. All the flags going past in the background, the likes of Sri Lanka, Switzerland, Thailand, USA, Vietnam. Then we start the alphabet again with Brazil. And we move on to Chinese Taipei, France, India. Indonesia, Iran after that. 2-minute break in between sets, so a little bit of a breather, not so much for India. But Poland given the run around.
Time's up. Players, ready?
It's only the second time
Second
that
set,
we've had
India
doubles
to serve.
at a World Cup. It's the 5th World Cup organised by ISTAF. The first was in 2011 in Kuala Lumpur, where it was just men's and women's regu. Same again in
Ready,
2017
Poland.
in Hyderabad, and then in 2022 in Daejeon in South Korea. Men's and women's regu, and there were 2 divisions of the men's
Point
regu.
India.
Women's quadrant, men's quadrant, again with 2 divisions, and then a mixed quadrant event. And this is the first time, that we had doubles was last year at the Titiwangsa Stadium in 2024
Point
in
Poland.
Kuala Lumpur. Only men playing that time around. Men's doubles in 2 divisions, men's regu in 2 divisions, and a men's team regu event. So this is the biggest World Cup we've had. Men's and women's quadrant, men's and women's doubles, men's and women's regu, and also a mixed quadrant event. 7 different categories. The biggest and best World Cup that we've had so far.
1-2.
Beautiful camera work, slow motion showing the roll spike and the attempted block.
Point India.
Zareba sends that one just long. You're always damned if you do, damned if you don't on service.
3-1.
You can't just lob it up there and have your opponent save, set and spike.
Point India.
Tough one there for Klimchak. That's the art of a good service. For a great service from Malangamba, a lot of spin on it.
Point India.
Not got a lot of spin or guile on their services, the Poles. So they're just trying to set it as deep as possible.
5-1.
Ashish now serving. Nicely low over the net there by Klimchak. And the 2 of them went up there to block and I think ended up putting off Ashish. He missed that one, so we'll just watch that one again. Failed to connect very, very close to it. I think if we'd have had Snicko there, you would have seen that he did just about touch it, but not enough. Another point for the Poles.
Point India.
Ah, shame there for Klimchak. Close to the block.
6-2. Point
Excellent
India.
effort at saving by Klimchak. Very difficult, particularly when you haven't grown up with the sport. This lad's grown up with the sport. Akash.
2-7.
Been playing for a decade and a half. Still looks young, baby-faced, but he's been honing his craft at the net. When he plays Regu, then he's purely a killer. One of the spikers at the net. When he plays Quadrant, he quite often takes on the Tekong duties. So goes back behind the line to serve. That one called just out.
Out.
You've got various officials all around. You can see them there in their black suits, and then the official there.
Ready?
Afterwards, he lifted up his hands to say out. Palms flat means in. So we've got 2 line judges on either side doing the sidelines and the baselines. Then you have the official referee, judge to your left of the screen there, who adjudicates as to whether anyone leant over the net to play a shot or touched the net in the act of playing a shot. Then you have a table judge keeping tally of the scores, any timeouts that have been taken and substitutions.
Point, Poland. It's over.
A reminder, best of 3 sets and first of 15, so India just 7 points away from getting their first 2 points in this group. And a reminder that only the top 2 will qualify.
Point, India.
For those semi-finals, India will be eyeing off matches against Malaysia and Vietnam. Those are the crucial ones that they're going to have to win. This is more or less a training run for the Indians. Poland, it's a case of not winning the match, but winning your development. Great to see them on this, the biggest of stages. They'll have taken part in European events. They have Euros every so often, and there are tournaments arranged. There's a Swiss Open, German Open, a French Open as well, and a lot of those events are held quite close together around the east of Switzerland, the north of Switzerland, the east of France, and the west of Germany, where a lot of clubs are quite close together. You have clubs in Alsace in France, Basel in Switzerland, Cologne in Germany, all not too far away from one another, which means they can play one another. Bit of a stretch for Poland to come across, but they do. Poland obviously neighbours of Germany to the east.
Point, India.
Germany has its Chickens Cup every year around November, held in Cologne.
Ready?
Belgium also has Sepaktakraw events. Belgium to the north of Germany and France.
Line referee, out. Point, Poland.
And to a certain extent, it's almost easier for those teams in Europe to travel to one another's events than it would be for India, for example. When you consider we've had ISTAF events in Hyderabad, New Delhi, and now Patna, all thousands of miles apart. Beautiful service by Captain Malangamba. Out into the corner, and that sets up 7 match points for the Indians.
14.
The save, the set, the smash.
Point, India.
And that is it for India. They have defeated Poland 15-3, 15-7, straight sets, and that's their first win in Group A.
No. Finish. Wait. Final result, India win 2-love. Players and official, please shake hands.
Akash didn't need to take his tracksuit top off. Poland will live to fight another day, and they will be looking at Chinese Taipei to see if they can pick up a win. But they're going to have their work cut out for them against the likes of Malaysia and Vietnam in Group A.